Hello Sagittarius, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. Website is chris-ann with an e.com. It's at the bottom of that paragraph with her picture in it. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. Just freeze frame, of course. Supportive Oracle cards. You Are Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website on the back here is rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, U as an umbrella. Okay, what do we have for Sagittarius? Okay. How this fire is good for you. You guys usually like fire. You're a fire sign. Usually fire goes well with you. You know? The situation you're dealing with has had a low level of organization. So I feel like if I'm dealing with, I want to make this simple. If somebody's making a dinner, these people are responsible for the prep. These people are responsible for getting the groceries. These people are responsible for cooking it. These people are responsible for cleanup. And then there's maybe one or two people who plan everything. There's deadlines involved. But whoever's planning what they're going to plan, they get to plan what they want. When people are picking up the groceries, for example, they can pick it up from wherever they want to, whenever they want to, as long as it hits this spot and everything is fresh. I think it's there when it's needed. As long as it's there when it needs to be there and it's fresh, they can do it as they wish. The people who are prepping, they just got to make sure it's ready by the time that it needs to be prepped, whatever that is. But they can do it any way they want to prep it. When people are cooking, the recipe is there, but it's up to them how they cook it, what pans they use, where they cook it, whatever that is. You know, stuff like that. But there's been like a loose plan. I get like there's been a loose plan. That's changing. You got a lot of fire cards. I keep getting like... I'm saying that, but how many literally? Because I keep... The sun card to me looks like a sun... I don't think it's technically a fire card, but to me it's a fire card, because look at it. Look at it. Especially in this deck. You got the Strength card, which talks about Leo. Leo's a fire sign. You've got the Ace of Wands coming in here, another fire card. You got the Nine of Wands coming in here, another fire card. It just feels like there's a lot of fire coming in to change things. And I'm getting the change that's coming in is a good change. It's a needed change. The question is, what is the change? Can we get a little bit more about what the change is, and how does Sagittarius feel when it initially happens? You're okay with it. It's going to kind of reevaluate or I feel like so if we have all these people doing this analogy that I was talking about, the prep people, the cooking people, the cleanup people, the planning people, the people get the groceries, all the other good stuff. So there you have a collection of people. That collection, some are going to stay, some are going to go, so there's going to be some new people. I feel like this could easily be a work situation, doesn't have to be. But the collection of people is going to change. There's going to be different people. Definitely different people. Some are going to stay, some are going to go, new people added in. I don't see you being upset with that. You seem to be able to roll with it fairly easily. Where did that little... Get out of here, bug. It lives anyway. I can't get rid of it no matter what I try. Alright, I'm looking to get some more energy here. It feels good to me for you. Things are going to reconstitute, but people don't see what's coming. You got the moon card and the dice. You got it also... Okay, so I feel like you're trying to connect that with that. People Other people in the situation don't understand what's happening. Because they don't understand what's happening, or they don't understand where they're going to fit in the new situation, that might be why they leave. That's not really a bad thing. It's not like judgment against anybody. It's not like that. But if they're feeling uncomfortable and that it's time for them to go, it's not good nor bad. It's just maybe it is time for them to go. Maybe it's literally that's what they should be doing. I mean, no harm, no foul, if that makes sense. I feel like that's good. There's a change of people. This is not bad. Nobody's the bad guy. Nobody's the good guy is what I'm getting. Maybe people are just following their inner voice where it's time for them to go. Other people are following their inner voice where they want to stay. Both are correct for whoever's doing it, if that makes sense. New connections will be made. There's definitely a negotiator or mediator. I think that's the word I'm trying to get. A mediator coming in with the new situation. They seem to listen very carefully. They're not as ineffective as they seem. There's a mediator coming in. They seem quiet. It's almost like they seem quiet. They listen a lot. It's interesting that this is... I keep getting that this is the mediator, though. This, to me, feels like an actual person. Sometimes the Justice card talks about Libra. It doesn't have to be a Libra, but it could be a person with qualifications in the sense of, like, they balance out what needs to happen. They try to make it fair for everybody. They can be a very great communicator, and that also includes listening. When this person adds in, I feel like they're listening more than anything else. And it may seem like they're ineffective in the beginning. That's not true. They're very careful, and they're listening, and they're trying to absorb what's really going on here. And they might be working through other people just because it feels like that's more comfortable for others. Instead of them barking out orders or saying what this has to be and what that has to be, they're kind of handing it off to other people, like, this is where we need to go with this. This is how we want to do it. If you can make that happen with your group of people, let's do that. They may be more behind the scenes at times, not permanently. I feel like in the beginning they seem more quiet than they actually are. They're just very careful. They are moving forward very strategically, very carefully, very slowly, but there's definitely movement here. I feel like they're also trying to be respectful to other people in the situation. Whoever this mediator is, they're expecting a long-term commitment into the situation. Either their commitment to the situation or the people in it, maybe both. So they're trying to make the best possible connection. They're trying to understand how people like to work, how people want to work. Sometimes you have people who they need to get to know you a while before they really want to hear it. So maybe they're just kind of pulling back for that reason. I also feel like this mediator is helpful in getting everybody to get along. Because when they do speak, they are very honest. They're just very careful. It almost seems like to other people that they're not very effective, even though things do seem to be changing slowly but surely. I don't feel like people are giving them credit that they really should. How is Sagittarius gonna feel about this mediator? You're not really seeing much action either, so I feel like you're not overthinking it. You're not really having bad feelings, but you're not really having good feelings. You might also believe that this person is ineffective. They're listening to everything. They are effective. Just heads up on that one. Where does this go with you and this person? Eight of Swords, half in, half out. You're going to get more... Oh, and the Lover's card. Okay, so... The Lover's card is tricky for Sagittarius, though. It's going to be hot-cold. You're going to kind of be stuck with this person. I feel like for the most part, you're going to get along with them. Try to not be overconnected, but try to stay close enough. How do I explain this? So if you work with this person every day, I would try to keep, like, try to make half the day just like without them and half the day with them. Even if you have to work with them every day, try to stay connected with them half the day and disconnected from them half the day. Try to like balance something out in something like that. I know that you guys don't do the same thing every time. I get that, but like, don't be overly connected. Give yourself some space. I think that's what I need to say. Find a way to give yourself some space but stay connected. I feel like you understand how to do that better than I can explain it anyway. Like, you want to stay connected with this person, but you don't want to be like constantly there. So you want to keep giving yourself space. Plan for things that give you space from this person, but not constant space, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's like if you're doing some other projects, try to get involved in some projects that they aren't involved in, but not every project. You know what I mean? Some projects, yes, I don't know. I hope I'm explaining that well. Because this person's going to be like very beneficial to you. Half the time they're going to drive you nuts. Half the time you're going to be very happy to work with them. I just keep getting that. Even though they're very beneficial, because I get like a very, very good outcome with this person, very beneficial for you, half the time they're going to drive you nuts. Half the time you're going to love them to bits. I don't know. It's very hot and cold. I keep getting like a hot and cold. The Eight of Swords in its side is like sometimes I feel trapped. Sometimes I want to be trapped. You know, sometimes I want to be closer. Sometimes I want to be farther. It's going to kind of have that ebb and flow. If you see that going in and you can plan for things that kind of take you away from this person but also keep you close to them, it's like half the day. If there's any possibility for half the day I can be disconnected from them, that's a good idea. But half the day you want to be connected with them because they are very beneficial for you. That's the best I can give you. I guess you have to see how it plays out, and hopefully that's good advice. Hopefully that comes across correctly. Because you're going to love them, not so much at times at the same time. It's going to be like very helpful, very not. Very helpful, very not. It's just going to go back and forth, very, very back and forth. But they're going to be very good for you and very good for if this is a business thing, for example, it'd be very good for your career. So keep that in mind. I think I just got to the end of that. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.